everyone. We're here again live with Dr. Price. And today's subject is a very serious subject. It is sleep apnea. And Dr. Price is going to go ahead and enlighten our listeners on exactly what sleep apnea is.
Hey, everybody. So, you see advertisements for CPAP machines all over the place. That actually stands for constant positive airway pressure. But let's talk about what sleep apnea actually is. It's a problem because what happens is we stop breathing so many times while we're in an hour of sleep, okay?
Is that everyone? Everybody?
Well, 70% of the adult population has some degree of sleep apnea, which is dangerous because there's a real correlation between high blood pressure, heart disease,
stroke,
and the worst is strokes, because basically when you stop breathing while you're sleeping, you get less oxygenation to your bloodstream, which then you have less oxygenation to your brain. So it can be very, very serious.
Wow. Now, does everyone have sleep apnea if you're a snorer?
Snoring is a relatively good indicator that you have some degree of apnea. It's not a direct correlation, but a lot of times when you are a snorer, then correlates with having sleep apnea.
My mother has the CPAP machine, and that seems to be a real pain in the you-know-what-ski.
So it's
cleaning it every other day.
Yeah, it's not the sexiest thing, and it's a little bit uncomfortable.
Pain in the butt.
The problem is that many patients are wearing CPAP machines and are non-compliant. They take them off in the middle of the night, or they fall off in the middle,
using them,
and they don't use them. So you're diagnosed with sleep apnea. You're not treating yourself because you take yourself off the machine. It's as bad as not having any treatment at all.
Wow, that's dangerous.
It is very dangerous. So,
what is the fatality rate? Do you know anything about the statistics for sleep apnea, like fatality rate? I mean, I hate to get all kind of crazy, but...
No, but we have statistics about the instance of strokes, okay? So, for instance, if someone is a sleep apnea patient and they have a mild stroke and they are non-treated or they're non-compliant, and they still have sleep apnea, the second stroke is the one that kills them or really debilitates them. So it's very important that we actually treat these patients. And years ago, everybody was using CPAPs. Today, we actually make oral devices, which we'll discuss in a second. But let's go back to discussing how we actually find out if you have sleep apnea.
Yeah, what are the signs? What are the signs of...
Yeah, the symptoms, signs.
So a lot of people wake up in the middle of the night, they have headaches, right? Or they're tired during the day. I'm a perfect example, all right? The girls in my office were making fun of me because I'm sitting in front of my computer and I'm nodding off, right?
I've seen you do that before.
Yeah, well, this is real. And then the real key event was I was driving home, I was stopped at a stoplight, and I nodded off. And so I said to myself, I better test myself. And the test now, it used to be that you had to go to a sleep center. Now we can actually send the test to your own bedroom.
Wow, cool.
So it makes it much easier.
So when were you diagnosed?
I was diagnosed about 6 months ago.
Okay.
Because I was just not feeling well. I was having all the symptoms. I was having headaches. I was tired during the day. I was nodding off. So I took the test myself. And the test is very simple. You wear this little thing around your chest. You wear a finger pulsometer and a nasal cannula, which registers the amount of breaths you take. Sleep Test sends it to you. It's free. You send it back to them. It's read by a board-certified sleep specialist, and then you get the results. And what they're measuring is what's called an apnea-hypopnea index.
What is that?
That translates to this. It shows how many times in an hour's worth of sleep during a course of 7, 8 hours, how many times that you stop breathing. So the scale is 0 to 5 times in an hour. That's normal. That's okay. 5 times to 15 times is considered mild. 15 to 29 or 30, that's moderate. And above 30, that's every other minute you're not breathing.
What was your ranking?
So I came out at 18 times a minute. I made myself one of the oral devices. I wore it for 3 months. I retested myself, and my scores went down to 6. So it was a home run for me because I feel much better. I have a sense of well-being that I haven't had in years, and I'm no longer tired.
Once you get the oral device in, how long does it take for the symptoms to go away?
Well, with me, I waited 3 months to retest myself because it only took me a couple of 3 days to acclimate to wearing the oral device. But I wanted to make sure that I was, actually having less episodes of apnea during that time.
So if you don't have headaches or any of the symptoms or signs, then are you sleep apnea free?
No, we can't tell. It used to be that we thought that overweight people were victims of sleep apnea. Now, again, 70% of the adult population has some degree of sleep apnea.
Yeah, because my buddies have warned me about it, especially after a few, brewskis.
Yeah.
At night, and I'm snoring very loudly, and I stopped.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of a little nervous myself.
Let's
Maybe
take
I'll get the test.
Let's take a little bit of a break, and then we'll discuss what an actual
treatments.
device looks like. Okay.
Sounds great. We'll see you in a few seconds.
All right.
This content is brought to you by Dental Associates. For more than 39 years, Dr. Stephen Price has been practicing dentistry in Northern Virginia. A member of the American Dental Association, the Northern Virginia Dental Society, and the Virginia Dental Society, Price is considered an expert in Invisalign and continues to be an award-winning innovator in the industry.